Tunnel. Just about set to go from Castle Coliseum. This is the second round of the WNIT. Rachel Camp will jump this one with Natalie Butler. Size advantage, 6'5" versus 5'10" for George Mason. Angelica Suffren tosses it up, and George Mason wins the opening tip to start things off. Running the point is Nicole Cardano-Hillary, swings it to the left side, and George Mason quickly works it down low. It's knocked away from the Patriots to the post. We've got a whistle, held ball, and it's going to be a kicked ball, officially called by Angelica Suffren, far sideline. That gives the basketball back to Virginia Tech. Good defense to start for the Hokies here in this game. Virginia Tech got off to a rough start against Navy back on Friday night. Really struggled out of the gates. Hokies working right, down low. Alexis Jean works on Butler, spins toward the middle, kicks left side for Emery. Just pass up top for Reagan McGarity. 15 seconds to shoot for the Hokies working right. Asia Shepard slices down the lane, scoops with the right, and scores. Virginia Tech is on the board first here in this first quarter. 30 seconds gone. Virginia Tech 2, George Mason nothing. Second round action of the WNIT. Winner takes on either Fordham or Drexel. High post for Natalie Butler, swings left side, controlled by Dodson. She pushes to the right side, three ball is up, and it is good right on through for Sarah Kaminsky. That's her 52nd three-pointer of the season. The sophomore from Minnesota makes it 3-2. George Mason by a point. Hokies back on offense, working to the right. Top of the key for Alexis Jean, swings left side for Emery, puts it on the deck, attacks down the baseline, kick out left side. Alexis Jean on the wing, skip pass right side, intercepted Kaminsky. And George Mason works back to the left. Natalie Butler really changes things down low for George Mason, 6'5", both offensively and defensively. A transfer from UConn. Here's Kaminsky, right wing. Defense by Shepard, fires another three. That's an air ball, knocked around to the post, rolls far sideline, out of bounds off of George Mason. So Kaminsky knocks down one three-pointer. Virginia Tech makes the defensive adjustment, and she airballs the second from the right wing. Virginia Tech is looking for its second consecutive 20-win season here today. Have not done that since 2003-2004. Hokies on offense. Right wing for Jean. Fires a three ball over Butler. Swish! Knocks it down from the right wing. Alexis Jean over the 6'5". Butler cans it for three. 5-3, Tech leads by 2. Patriots back on offense, working left in the green uniforms. On the drive, down the lane. The scoop layup is no good, and it's deflected out of bounds. Taylor Dodson took that right to the rack. Couldn't connect on the layup, and McGarity knocked it out of bounds, keeping it away from Natalie Butler, which, quite honestly, is a smart defensive play. George Mason to inbound the basketball. Here's Kaminsky, baseline right, as Mason works toward the tunnel. Bounce pass left block, layup is up, and it is good. Right off the window and in for Corbinin. George Mason runs a ton, as the coaches told the team earlier today. Baseline out of bounds plays that are very well executed. 5-5 is our score. 2 minutes in, first quarter. McGarity down low, kick out right side for Shepard, stops, throws it down low again for McGarity, fades, fires, clips off the rim, no good, and a rebound by George Mason. Cardano-Hillary lead feed far sideline. George Mason flows into the offense. Basketball works its way back to Cardano-Hillary. The A-10 Rookie of the Year has her pocket picked by Virginia Tech. One-on-one, Rachel Camp the opposite direction, scoops and scores. And it's 7-5. Virginia Tech leads by 2. Much more energy for Virginia Tech in the first quarter of this game than the other day against Navy. Here's Cardano-Hillary, left wing. The Spaniard throws it back up top, controlled by Kaminsky. On the drive for the guard, lobs down low for Butler. Works on McGarity, turns, hooks, cannot score from 5 feet away, and Taylor Emery gets the rebound. Tech 7, George Mason 5. 3 minutes gone in this first quarter. Hokies work to the right. Tech with 19 wins this season. George Mason with 24. Emery top of the key. Gets a screen from McGarity, drives on Butler, nothing there. Little crossover, kick out, McGarity slices down the lane. It's wide open, scoops and scores. Reagan McGarity makes it 9-5. George Mason will push the pace quickly down the court, working left. Top of the key for Butler. The center swings left side for Kaminsky, the guard. Lobs it down low, open layup is turned away. Right off the fingertips of Cardano-Hillary, the block by Rachel Camp. 9-5, Tech leads by 4, 6 minutes, 27 seconds to go. Here in this first quarter, subs for Coach Brooks as Asia Shepard and Alexis Jean go to the bench. Michelle Berry, the forward, checks in, and so does his daughter, the guard, Kendall Brooks. 55 three-pointers this season for Kendall Brooks, but she has not knocked down a three in 7 consecutive games, the longest stretch of her career. Mason works left off the baseline out of bounds. A drive in by Hillary, floats toward the middle. Dodson's got it at the ACC. Kicks out to the right side. Cardano, Hillary the guard. Works across the screen, tries to split defenders. There's a scrum for it. A whistle and a foul is coming up on Virginia Tech. This goes against Michelle Berry, reaching in on the drive from Cardano, Hillary down the right alley. 9-5 is the score. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in this first quarter. All-time series, 10th meeting between these two teams. Virginia Tech leads 6-3 off the baseline, out of bounds, fade and fire for Cardano. Hillary knocks it down, short corner right. That's where the offense has come so far for George Mason on those baseline plays. 9-7, Tech leads by 2. Top of the key, McGarity swings left side for Emery, yet to score. Virginia Tech's leading scorer, about 20 points per game. Across the screen, she pops from 18, and it rattles out. No good. Rebound underneath, brought in by George Mason. In transition, here come the Patriots. Cardano, Hillary swings up top for Dodson. Quick feed down low for Butler. Turns, hooks, and scores and ties the game. Cardano, Hillary with a nice feed down low as Butler scores it. She averages 19 points and 17 rebounds a game. Natalie Butler will get hers, the A-10 Player of the Year. On the drive, right to the bucket, the scoop, and scored by Taylor Emery. Right down the left baseline, Tech takes the lead, 11-2, and Virginia Tech's leading scorer. An all-time single-season record holder in points for 1 year, Taylor Emery knocks down the bucket. Emery's the Eric Green of the women's basketball program, single-season scoring record. George Mason's back on offense. Cardano, Hillary feeds right side, 3 balls up. It swirls out, no good. That time from Corpinen. Rebound for the Patriots. Dodson's got it, spins to the bucket, scoops and scores. Offensive rebound by George Mason, and Corpinen, the guard, makes it 11-11 after the finish. Hokies back on offense, working right. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Reagan McGarity swings left side, out to Emery. She'll fire a 3-ball. It is off the side of the rim, no good. George Mason well challenged on that 3-ball from the left wing by Emery. Virginia Tech tracks back on defense, and George Mason gets into the offense looking for the lead again. We've had a good first quarter, both teams playing solid offense. Top of the key controlled by Corpinen. Defense by Emery. Swings left side. A quick feed down low from Kaminsky to Butler. The layup is good, and the foul. Butler to the free throw line. Front Antoine. 13-11. 4:21 to go here in this first quarter. So Butler's at the free throw line. When we return, 4 minutes, 21 seconds. Natalie Butler at the free throw line for an 8-1 from Patriots. She has 4 points, fires away. It is no good off the rim. Rebound by McGarity. It stays 13-11. This is an 8-2 George Mason run. Jean, left wing, fires a 3-ball. Back rim, no good. Had a good look, couldn't track it down. It's knocked around in the corner, out off of George Mason. It'll stay Virginia Tech baseball. Rachel Camp was able to challenge the Patriot, tracking it down in the corner. That was Marika Corpinen. And Virginia Tech hangs on to it. Near sideline, Virginia Tech will throw it in from a difficult position. McGarity to do the honors. Throws it in, top of the key, Rachel Camp. Virginia Tech starts up the offense. Rachel Camp swings right side, McGarity pushes right corner. Kendall Brooks lobs up top for Emery. Pump fakes on a 3, swings Jean. Virginia Tech works the perimeter here on this possession. Rachel Camp, left wing, gets a screen, drive, stops and fires for 2. It clips off the back rim, no good. A whistle and a rebound. Brought in by Virginia Tech with a foul coming against George Mason. Camden Musgrave picks up the foul. A 5'7" redshirt junior from Bowie, Maryland. Musgrave transferred in from Central Connecticut State. Virginia Tech basketball. McGarity throws in right corner. Jean swings up top. Brooks rotates. Emery left wing. Puts it on the deck. Splits defender. Skips right side for Jean. Passes up top. Virginia Tech quick passing here. Emery pops for 2. It is no good. Natalie Butler with a hand in her face challenged that shot. 13-11. George Mason in transition with the lead. Virginia Tech takes it right away from Cardano, Hillary. Free throw line extended left. Virginia Tech in transition. Brooks fires a 3-ball. It is no good, but a foul. And Kendall Brooks goes to the free throw line for 3 shots. So a steal by Rachel Camp turns into free throws for Kendall Brooks. And Rachel Camp is having a solid game so far for Virginia Tech. 2 points, 1 steal, 1 block. Doing a handful of things as the point guard for Virginia Tech. Kendall Brooks at the free throw line. Kendall Brooks the other day had her freshman three-point record snapped. Asia Shepard now with 66 three-pointers this season. Kendall Brooks set the freshman record last year as she misses the first free throw with 62. And Kendall Brooks is going through a rough stretch right now for the Hokies. She is dealing with hip discomfort. Her shot has been off. Second free throw is good for Brooks. And as mentioned, Kendall has not knocked down a three-pointer for 7 consecutive games. Very un-Kendall Brooks-like. Third free throw, right on through. So Virginia Tech ties it up 13 apiece, 3 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Speaking of, Asia Shepard checks into the game, and Emery goes to the bench. Virginia Tech goes with some full court pressure here. Alexis Great in the backcourt of the backup guards, throws ahead for Dodson near sideline, bounces Kaminsky left wing, fires a three ball that clips off the back rim. No good. Butler takes it away from Jean, feeds down low for Dodson. The layup is good. 15-13. George Mason takes the lead on the Dodson layup. And the offensive rebound by Butler. Asia Shepard on the drive, takes it to the rack, stop kicks for Jean, swings left wing McGarity. Pushes up top, controlled by Brooks. Gets a screen, swings off Jean, left wing. She'll fire a three ball. Got it. Alexis Jean with space, knocks it down from the left wing. And Virginia Tech takes the lead 16-15. Virginia Tech and George Mason both shooting above 50% so far. Virginia Tech with some pressure in the backcourt on Camden Musgrave. She'll lob left corner for Kaminsky, has space, launches a three ball, clips off the rim. No good. Rebound Alexis Jean. So Virginia Tech tries to build the lead here. 16-15, 2:25 to go first quarter. Brooks launches a three ball. It is off the back rim, no good. From the right wing, rebound Asia Shepard, and Tech can reset offensively. Shepard top of the key, defense by Musgrave. Swings right side. Rachel Camp has it. Hokies work the perimeter again. Off to Shepard, launches a three. Clips off the rim, no good. Virginia Tech has been strong offensively, but some of the distance shots not quite there yet. Here's Musgrave, left corner. The guard lobs down low. Dotson's got it, works on McGarity. Kick out, up top, a pump fake, a whistle, and a traveling violation called against George Mason as Musgrave tried to take it to the rack. So a turnover for George Mason with 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. 16-15, second round WNIT. Winner of this game takes on either Fordham or Drexel, and that game tips off at 4 p.m. today. Hokies back on offense. Rachel Camp will take a bit of a breather as Emery comes back in. So McGarity runs the point against Dodson, drives right down to the bucket, floats with the right hand, and scores. Reagan McGarity notices the mismatch, takes it right to the rack and scores for two. 18-15, Virginia Tech by 3. 1:40 to go first quarter. Butler in the high post, faces and fires over McGarity, clanks off the rim. No good. Scrum for the rebound. There's a whistle, and what do we have? A foul coming against Virginia Tech. Kendall Brooks will pick up the reach-in foul. Again, as Butler got the rebound. What a dangerous player she is. The daughter of Vernon Butler, considered Navy's second best player in program history behind David Robinson. Her father helped take that program to an Elite 8 in the 80s. A driving layup for George Mason is no good by Cardano Hillary from the right side. Rebound Virginia Tech. Hokies in transition. Emery swings left side, driving down the baseline. Shepard kicks out top of the key, off the fingertips, goes right to Kendall Brooks, shovels to the free throw line. Jean takes it to the rack, scoops, and cannot score off the window. Really challenging to go down low against Butler. 18-15, three-point game in favor of Virginia Tech. Cardano Hillary lobs down low for Dodson. Works against McGarity, scoops and cannot score. Scrum for the basketball is saved underneath by Asia Shepard, right to Taylor Emery. And Virginia Tech works back on offense to the right side. George Mason has cooled off a little bit now, 7 of 17. Virginia Tech is 7 of 16. Both teams have cooled off a bit. Shepard left wing, stops, has space, now fires a three ball. Switch, right on through. Asia Shepard knocks down her 67th three-pointer of the season. Again, a freshman record for Asia Shepard, the freshman from Alexandria, Virginia. 21-15, Tech has its largest lead of the game. Here's Alexis Great, the Hampton, Virginia native. On the right wing, the guard, defense by Brooks. Passes up top, Cardano Hillary has space, fires a three, back rim, and it spills off. No good. Tall rebound by Reagan McGarity. Final 13 seconds of this first quarter. Virginia Tech can take the last shots. Asia Shepard high on the left side. Clock is at 5. Shepard, top of the key, fires a deep three, and it's no good. Spits out of the cylinder. Rebound Butler, and there's your buzzer. Not a bad look by Asia Shepard. That's a look at the bracket for Virginia Tech in the WNIT. Hokies on offense to start off this second quarter. Emery on the left wing. Lobs left side, controlled by Jean. Hand interface by Butler. Passes up top. Emery drives down the lane. Has space. Kicks left side. Controlled by Jean again. Swings over to the top. Camp dumps it down low for Barry. Works against the defense. Bounce pass left corner. Emery fires a three. It's good. Taylor Emery knocks down her first three-pointer of the game, and she's got 5. 24-15. Virginia Tech builds its largest lead of the game up to 9. George Mason, green uniforms. Virginia Tech in whites. George Mason on offense. We've got a whistle coming up against Virginia Tech defensively. Goes against Alexis Jean. Again, Taylor Emery with 5 points. Against Navy, she set the single-season scoring record for Virginia Tech women's basketball, passing 560 points this year. Butler down low, left block. Scoops it off, hands it off to the right side. Layup is up, and it's no good by Gatling. Rebound underneath brought in by Virginia Tech. Hokies in transition. George Mason gets back defensively. Rachel Camp up top. Points out the offense. Swings Shepard left wing. Pushes left corner for Emery. Gets a screen. Stops free throw line. Waits. Hands off. Jean has space. Rise and release for 3. Clips off the rim. No good from the top of the key. Jean can't connect. George Mason gets the rebound. Lead feed near sideline. Kaminsky. Left-handed dribble. The guard swings up top for Gatling. Pushes right corner. An entry pass goes down low. It's controlled by Butler. Good ball movement right now by George Mason, darting it around the perimeter. 3-ball is up, and it's no good that time by Cardano Hillary. And a rebound by Virginia Tech. Offensive games so far for both of these teams. Emery, left wing, starts to drive down the left baseline. Works against the defense, lobs to the left wing for Barry. Chest pass up top, controlled by Shepard now. Has space, splits defenders, down the lane, scoops to the left, and it's no good. Had a ton of space down that left alley with a good crossover, but couldn't finish for Asia Shepard. 24-15. Virginia Tech leads by 9. 2 minutes gone, second quarter. Gatling, the forward, lobs down low for Butler. Working against Jean, hooks with the right and scores. Nearly unstoppable for the 6'5" Natalie Butler. 24-17 is our score. George Mason trails this one by 7 points. Left wing, Alexis Jean now starts to drive down the lane, floats with the right. It's off the window. No good, but a foul will put Alexis Jean at the free throw line. Foul goes against the freshman, Nicole Cardano Hillary, the A10 freshman of the season, who's third in the A10 in points per game at 18 points per contest. Alexis Jean, 2 free throws coming up. That's the first personal foul on Cardano Hillary as well. 24-17 is our score. Jean fires away and cannot connect with her first free throw. Jean averaging 9 points and 6 rebounds per game. She is a 67% free throw shooter. Second try for Jean, puts it airborne and connects. 25-17. As Jean will take a seat, Kenny Brooks subs in Reagan McGarity, and Jean goes to the bench. George Mason finished 4th in the Atlantic 10 this season. 0-2 this season against Power 5 teams, losses to Michigan and Colorado. Top of the key for Corbin in the guard, swings left side, Cardano Hillary starts the drive, left baseline against Barry, scoops with the right and scores. What a tough little take for Cardano Hillary. A native of Madrid, Spain, makes it 25-19, Virginia Tech by 6. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in this quarter. Asia Shepard drives and release for 3. Yes, top of the key. Cans it, knocks it down. Straightaway triple falls for Shepard. 28-19 is the score. Tech by 9. 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go, second quarter. George Mason working left, green uniforms. Dodson, skip pass up top for Gatling. She'll pop from 18 feet, back rim no good. Battle for the board, knocked far sideline. Butler's got it. Faces, now fires from 15. Front rim no good for Butler. And a rebound underneath by Rachel Camp. In transition, Camp top of the key, waits, shovels Shepard right wing. Now slices down the lane. Bounce pass short right corner for Camp, and it goes out of bounds. Not quite the feed that Rachel Camp needed from Asia Shepard. And it's a turnover for Virginia Tech. Hokies have really limited the turnover so far today, just 2. And keep in mind, against Navy, the first round game for Virginia Tech, the Hokies had 20 turnovers. much more efficient game so far for the Hokies. 28-19. Virginia Tech leads by 9.6 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in this second quarter. Cardano Hillary, the freshman, left wing, defense by Camp. Right-handed dribble, hip high. Looking down low for Butler, not there. Passes up top, Kaminsky, rises to lead for three. Clips off the rim, no good. And a wild rebound brought in by Michelle Berry. Tech in transition, working right. Top of the key, Rachel Camp. Hand in her face, Cardano Hillary. Man-to-man defense for the Patriots here. 15 seconds to shoot. Emery up top, flicks the wrist for three. Back rim, no good. Wouldn't fall for Taylor Emery. In transition, George Mason. Cardano Hillary stops and pops. Free throw line. Rattles out, no good. Tapped around. Butler's got the rebound. Faces on Berry. Waits, looks for somebody. Now skips to the right side. Entry pass right back down low for Butler. Taken away by Reagan McGarity. That is a fantastic battle down low. Reagan McGarity, who is closing in on breaking her own Virginia Tech single-season rebounding record versus the A-10 Player of the Year, Natalie Butler, at 6'5". 28-19. Michelle Berry on the drive, floats over Butler, no chance for Michelle Berry from the right block. It's deflected, loose ball goes to the Patriots. McGarity needs 8 rebounds, by the way, to break her own single-season record. Here's Korpinen, right wing for Mason. Working to the left, green uniforms for the Patriots on the drive, right baseline, hands it off and it's knocked away. Looking for a post player down low. Korpinen couldn't get it there. Virginia Tech picks up the loose ball. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this quarter. Down low, who's going? Reagan McGarity. Timeout taken, George Mason. The Patriots did not get back on defense. Asia Shepard with a lead feed to the wide open Reagan McGarity. 30-19. Virginia Tech leads by 11. Takes down Butler. The Battle of Indiana, 76-73. The 2-seed advances over the 10-seed. George Mason with the basketball, working left. Virginia Tech on a 19-6 run at the moment. Here's Alexis Gray on the right wing. Left-handed dribble, top of the key for the guard. Swings to the right side, controlled by Kaminsky. Skip pass up top for Great, pushes left side for Musgrave. 10 seconds to shoot. Up top, a pump fake by Dotson, the guard. Faces on Alexis Jean. Lobs down low. Butler scoops and cannot score, but a foul will put Natalie Butler at the free throw line. First personal foul called against Reagan McGarity. That's the good news for Virginia Tech. Just one on the Hokies center. 30-19. Virginia Tech leads by 11. 4 minutes, 48 seconds to go. First free throw for Butler. Fires away. Cannot connect. Already in this game for Natalie Butler, 6 points and 10 rebounds. Again, she set the NCAA women's basketball record for most rebounds in a single season, now up to 553 this year. Second free throw is good for Butler. So it's 30-20. Virginia Tech leads by 10. 4 minutes, 45 seconds to go, second quarter. George Mason in his zone defense for the first time. Emery up top, pushes Brooks, right wing, a pump fake. Nothing there, swings right side for Alexis Jean. It's a 2-3 zone for George Mason. Virginia Tech slow on offense here. Rachel Camp down low, hands off for McGarity, battle for the board, knocked around, loose ball picked up by Virginia Tech. 5 to shoot, Brooks up top, gives it for Jean, 2 to shoot. Free ball for Camp is no good off the front rim, and Virginia Tech was disjointed against the zone. Mason pushes in transition right down the lane. Scoop shot is no good, but a foul coming up. Musgrave to the free throw line. Blocking foul called against Virginia Tech. That's the third personal foul called against Virginia Tech here in this second quarter. The second against Kendall Brooks. And at the free throw line for George Mason, the first one is up and no good for Camden Musgrave, who only plays about 12 minutes per game, only averages 3 points per game. She's gotten some good runs so far in this one. Second free throw for Musgrave, and the guard connects. So 30-21. Virginia Tech's advantage is down to 9. Hokies so far in this game are shooting 42%. Emery left wing, tight defense on her. Looks to create her shot, nothing there. Passes up top, McGarity swings right side. Camp fires a 3, and it's blocked by the 6'5" Natalie Butler. Substitution for Coach Brooks, and Asia Shepard checks in, and Kendall Brooks goes to the bench. These are tough times for Kendall Brooks at the moment. Really struggling with her shot because of a hip problem she's been dealing with for little while now. Rachel Camp on the right wing, lobs down low. Alexis Jean works on Butler, scoops with the left hand and scores! Under the extended arm of the 6'5" Butler from the left block for Alexis Jean, 32-21. Leads back to 11 for Tech. Up top for Alexis, great drives on Taylor Emery, gets to the rack, floats for two, and scores. An easy slicing layup for the sophomore guard out of Bethel High School from Hampton, Virginia. Tech's back on offense, working right. White uniforms for the Hokies today, George Mason in green. Inside Castle Coliseum, Emery rise and release for three. It is no good off the back rim. Rebound Virginia Tech, Alexis Jean lobs down low. McGarity kick out, Jean fires a three. That's an air ball. Emery tries to track it down, but she'll save it to George Mason. Patriots get the basketball working left. Alexis, great right wing defense by Emery. Lobs down low. It's deflected away from Natalie Butler by Asia Shepard. In transition for Tech, it's 2-on-4. Camp shovels for Emery. Slices down the left alley. Scoops with the right hand and scores. Taylor Emery from the left block. She's got 7. Virginia Tech leads once again 34-23 by 11. 2 minutes 40 seconds to go, second quarter. Good transition offense there for Tech. Hokies knock it away from Kaminsky. Rachel Camp by herself, all alone, scoops and scores for two. Timeout, George Mason. Nyla Millicent takes her second here of the afternoon. After a lazy pass and a clean steal by Rachel Camp, she goes coast to coast. 36-23, Virginia Tech out in front. 13 points the advantage. This is the largest of the afternoon for not posted back-to-back 20-win season since 2003 and 2004. Basketball back underway. Here's Cardano Hillary hip-to-hip with Rachel Camp. Knocked out of her hands, far sideline. Loose ball goes to Butler down low. Floats for two. No good. Battle for the rebound. Out of bounds off of George Mason on the baseline. Virginia Tech gets it back. Again, the biggest problem for Virginia Tech a couple of days ago against Navy was turnovers. 20 turnovers in that game against the Mids. Today against the Patriots, just 2 for Virginia Tech. Asia Shepard right wing. Hokies work to the right side of Castle Coliseum toward the band. And that's plural today with the Green Machine in attendance, the pep band for Mason. Left wing for Barry. Waits and hands off McGarity up top. Drives, gives it to the free throw line for Emery. Pops for two. Swish, knocks it down. And Emery's got 9. 38-23, 15-point advantage for Virginia Tech. Let's see what surge the Hokies can take into the locker room. Largest lead of the game. Here's Dotson at the free throw line. Stops her dribble. Kick to the right side. Cardano Hillary pops a 15-footer. Free throw line. No good, and the rebound is brought in by Rachel Camp. Hokies in transition, 90 seconds to go. Floater is up, and it is good by Rachel Camp from the right block, right over the top of Corpinen. 40-23, 17-point advantage for Virginia Tech. George Mason had a fantastic season, 24 wins, but right now on the ropes. Butler down low, works against McGarity, hands it off. Dodson short corner right. Waits and lobs back to Butler, spins, hooks, floats. The bucket is whistled off. An offensive foul called against Butler. Fantastic defense by Reagan McGarity, who today has really risen to the challenge. Facing one of the most dominant post players on the East Coast. Not just ACC, not SEC, 6'5", Natalie Butler. A transfer from UConn. We've got a whistle and, I think, a clock malfunction here as Angelica Suffren goes to the scorer's table. Natalie Butler is going to get hers. That's just the case when you're 6'5" in women's basketball. 7 points, 10 rebounds, but again, she averages 20 points, 17 rebounds. And Reagan McGarity has made life difficult for her throughout the course of this game. Both McGarity and Alexis Jean. 1 minute, 9 seconds to go in this second quarter. Again, Angelica Suffren is at the scorer's table. Our clock reads 1:09. And the shot clock had not started, so that was the issue. They take 2 seconds off the shot clock and 1 second off the game clock. So 1:08 to go here in this first half. Tech leads by 17 points. Reagan McGarity straight away flicks the wrist for three. Yes! Right over the top of Natalie Butler at 6'5". McGarity, a fantastic first half. 43-23, Tech by 20. George Mason looks to counter down low. Butler floats and scores for two. Just a lob over the top, and Butler brought it in and kissed it off the glass. 43-25. Final 40 seconds of the first half. Rachel Camp straight away. Bounces left wing, controlled by Barry. Swings up top, McGarity's got it. Kicks it to the left side. Emery now gets a screen from McGarity. Shuffles top of the key. Hip high dribble. Works against Gatling. Lobs straight away for Shepard. Swings left wing. McGarity on the drive. Works against the D. Skips it off to the left side. Shepard now. 5 to shoot. Off to Emery left wing. Puts it on the deck. Drives. A whistle and a foul. Reach in called against George Mason. Shot clock was winding down, and Virginia Tech will effectively get helped out now because that resets the shot clock, and since it's 18 seconds to go here in the second quarter, that turns off the shot clock, and Virginia Tech can take the final field goal of the half. Alexis Jean subs in. McGarity goes to the bench to get some rest before halftime. Rachel Camp throws in. Asia Shepard right away, bounces it back to Camp high on the left side. Clock is at 15. Tech leads 43-25, second round WNIT. Rachel Camp on the drive, shuffles off for Emery, top of the key, 7 to go. Emery drives, a whistle and a blocking foul at the left elbow called against George Mason. Goes against Corpinen. It's just the 4th on George Mason here in this second quarter, so no free throws. 5.6 to go. And it's a baseline out of bounds for Virginia Tech. Again, 5.6 to go, second quarter. Tech leads 43-25. Camp throws in, gets it to Emery, left wing, tosses up top, 4 to go. Asia Shepard stops, gives it to Jean, launches a left wing 3, front rim, no good. Well defended on the perimeter by George Mason, but the Hokies go to the locker room, leading 43-25. An 18.7 are simulcast today on the ACC Network Extra. Virginia Tech 43, George Mason 25. Second round of the WNIT. Virginia Tech beat Navy back on Friday to advance. Back on Friday up in Fairfax, George Mason beat Stephen F. Austin, so a quick turnaround. Georgia Tech, George Mason, at times has seemed a bit tired today. Basketball back underway. Here's Corpinen on the right wing, swings up top for the 6'5" Butler. Mason works the perimeter on the first possession of this second half. Down low for Butler, left block layup is good for Natalie Butler. 43-27. Virginia Tech leads this game. Opening possession for Virginia Tech of this second half. The Hokies work left, white uniforms. George Mason has green. McGarity free throw line, bounces for Shepard, right wing. Swings Alexis Jean, left wing now. Jean bounces, goes back to Shepard, lobs right corner. Rachel Camp drives, dishes left corner. Emery puts it on the deck, lobs out right wing. Free ball, Asia Shepard is no good. Rattles out, got halfway down. A whistle and a foul is coming up on the rebound called against George Mason. It goes against Natalie Butler. 43-27 is our score. 9 minutes, 14 seconds on this third quarter clock. Baseline of the bounds. Reagan McGarity bounces in right corner. Alexis Jean hands off McGarity, swings up top. Shepard lobs down low for Camp, works against Butler. Hooks with the right, and it is good. Rachel Camp at 6'5", at 5'10", outworks the 6'5" Natalie Butler. 45-27. 60 seconds gone in this third quarter. George Mason's back on offense, working rights. Dotson at the free throw line, scoops and scores for 2. 45-29. Taylor Dotson from Harrisonburg, Virginia. Her father was the head coach for Kendall and Chloe Brooks, the daughters of Kenny Brooks. On the drive, McGarity stops and floats for 2. Front rim, no good from 10 feet away. Rebound underneath, brought in by George Mason. In transition, right down the lane for Cardano Hillary. Kick right side, Corpinen swings up top. Butler bounces to the right block. Dotson works against Jean. Hooks with the left, no good. Tapped around, saved underneath. It's tapped around far sideline, and Asia Shepard comes up with it. Butler saved it on the baseline. Loose ball bobbled to Shepard. Tech's back on offense. Emery drives, dishes to a cutting McGarity. A floater's up, and an offensive foul is called first on the cutting McGarity on the right block. That was taken by Dodson. Again, Dodson's father, head coach at Spotswood High School in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and coached both Kendall and Chloe Brooks. Taylor never played, with Kendall or Chloe being older than the two of them, graduating before they got there. On the right wing, George Mason works the offense right now against a man-to-man. It's Cardano Hillary, lobs down low for Butler, faces, pops for 2, rolls off the rim, tapped around, and it goes in for George Mason. I think Emery tapped it in. 45-31. Bucket officially goes to Dodson. Hokies back on offense, working left. Left wing three ball for Emery. Front rim, no good. And a rebound underneath brought in by Mason. So George Mason is trying to surge to start off this second half, 2.5 in. Dotson straightaway drives down the lane on Alexis Jean. Kick out up top for Korpinen. Gets a screen. Stops and pops from 18. Back rim, no good. Deflected around. It goes to Korpinen right wing. The guard for Mason swings right side. Cardano Hillary, the A10 player of the year. I should say freshman of the year for Cardano Hillary. Passes it off and gets it right back left corner. Cardano Hillary drives left baseline. A whistle and a bumping foul called. Short corner left on Alexis Jean. Second personal foul called against Jean. And the second on Virginia Tech here in this third quarter. So George Mason, much more energy to start off this third quarter. Tech is led by as many as 20. At the moment, it's down to 14. George Mason throws it in. Left wing for Cardano Hillary, puts it on the deck. Right lane, scoops with the right, no good. Bottled for the rebound, goes to Butler. Right block works against McGarity, stops in. We've got a whistle, a traveling violation. Really shuffled her feet, trying to work against Reagan McGarity. Turnover George Mason. And the Hokies get it back, 45-31. George Mason, 24-9 this season. Finished fourth in the Atlantic 10. If you're saying, how do you win 24 games and not make the NCAA tournament? The strength of schedule was around 240 for George Mason this season. Free throw line for McGarity, drives, hands off. Rachel Camp deflected around the post, picked up by Butler. That was a pass in traffic by McGarity. George Mason gets it on the run out. Cardano Hillary to the right side. Three ball is up, and that is no good that time, as Musgraves could not connect on it. Deflected out of bounds. Baseline stays with George Mason. 45-31. Virginia Tech through 3 minutes, 30 seconds of this third quarter just has 2 points. George Mason trying to make a major comeback here in this second half, and the Patriots throw it away. Korpinen was looking on the far sideline for Dotson. She wasn't ready for it. And it's a turnover right back to Virginia Tech. Korpinen threw it right into George Mason's bench on the far sideline. George Mason today, 11 turnovers. Virginia Tech has 4. Winner advances to the Sweet 16 of the WNIT. High post for Alexis Jean, lobs down low. McGarity scoops and scores. A beautiful play by Virginia Tech. An excellent dish by Jean and the finish by McGarity. Reagan's got 11 to lead Virginia Tech in scoring. 11 points and 4 rebounds today. 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Third quarter, 47-31. Virginia Tech leads by 16 points. Top of the key, a whistle and a foul. He's called against Virginia Tech. Rachel Camp bumped against Cardano Hillary, the freshman from Madrid, Spain, for George Mason. Kendall Brooks checks into the game for Virginia Tech as Asia Shepard goes to the bench. Shepard with 8 points on 2 of 5 three-point shooting today. Asia Shepard a couple of games ago set the Virginia Tech freshman record for most three-pointers in the season. She's at 68. Dotson up top, lobs down low. Right block for Butler. Works against Emery. Feints and fires and scores. Virginia Tech doubled her. Didn't matter that time. 47-33. 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in this quarter. Camp up top, swings Kendall Brooks. A whistle and a traveling violation. Kendall Brooks' confidence is as low as it's been probably since joining Virginia Tech. As mentioned, the streak for Kendall Brooks without a three-pointer is up to 7 games. And prior to this, the streak was only her longest, about 2 games. Here's Cardano Hillary for Mason, hands it off straight away for Butler, return feed. Cardano Hillary launches a 3, cannot score, left wing. Scrum for the rebound, Butler's got it, hooks with the right, and scores. 47-35, it's a 12-point game. Rachel Camp right wing. George Mason showing some gusto here in this second half. There's a steal by the Patriots. Grant's got it, takes it down the lane, scoops in, scores for 2. Timeout, Kenny Brooks. No doubt about it, 47-37. Virginia Tech leads by 10. 5 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Back 10-1 in the top of the 7th. Basketball back underway after the timeout taken by Coach Kenny Brooks. Top of the key, Rachel Camp gets a screen from McGarity, drives, dishes left corner, Jean. It's a zone defense now by George Mason. Hokies work the perimeter, right corner for McGarity. She's trapped, waits, lobs up top. 14 seconds to shoot. McGarity gets it back right wing. Slices down the lane, passes far sideline. It's deflected around. McGarity's got it. Kicks left corner. 3-ball. Alexis Jean. Yes! Knocks it down. Big 3-ball. Virginia Tech. Alexis Jean cans it from the left corner off the dish from McGarity. 50-37. Our score here in the third. 4 minutes, 37 seconds to go, third quarter. Second round, WNIT. Dodson straight away, bounce pass left block. Cardano Hillary loses a handle on it. It goes out of bounds baseline, and that whistle brings us to our under 5 timeouts here inside Castle Coliseum in this third quarter. 4 minutes, 12 points today for Alexis Jean, 11 for Reagan McGarity, 9 for Taylor Emery, who against Navy set Virginia Tech's single-season scoring record, breaking the record held by Amy Byrne, who set it back in 1990. Coming into today for Taylor Emery, 564 points. So she's up to 573 this season. She is women's basketball's version of Eric Green, the all-time single-season record for points for Virginia Tech. Right wing, controlled by Virginia Tech, working left. It's Emery now, shuffles top of the key, lobs high post McGarity. 10 seconds to shoot against the zone. Gives Emery, slices down the lane, loses the basketball, scrum for it. McGarity's got it, kick out. Brooks fires a 3. It is off the front rim, no good. Loose ball deflected near sideline, and a foul picked up as Taylor Emery got the rebound and a reach in by George Mason. It goes against Musgraves, the guard. 50-37, Virginia Tech leads by 13 points. 4 minutes to go in the game. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Winner advances to the Sweet 16 of the WNIT against either Fordham or Drexel. Top of the key for Taylor Emery. Hokies work left. Hands it off. Alexis Jean, free throw line swings for Emery. Slices down the lane, stops and fires over Butler. It is no good. It rattles out, got halfway down. It's been one of those types of performances for Emery. She's been aggressive. The shots have just gone about halfway down and popped out. Hokies by 13 on the drive by Great, floats for 2. That is no good. Rebound picked up by Reagan McGarity. Hokies work in transition back to the left. Our score is still 50-37. Zone defense by George Mason looking to trap. Emery on the left baseline, drives against Butler, stops and floats for 2. And she scores it from the left block. Drove right past the 6'5" Natalie Butler. 52-37. Virginia Tech out in front again by 15. George Mason has really fought back here in this second half, closing the gap down to 10 at a moment. Butler down low. Works against McGarity. Now faces and fires and scores for 2. Natalie Butler gets it to go off the window. 52-39. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Emery, left baseline, drives again against Butler. Gets to the right block, floats, cannot score. Battle for the rebound goes to Mason. On the run out. Here's Cardano. Hillary waits and floats for 2 off the window. No good. Tapped back top of the key. McGarity's got the rebound. Fast-paced basketball the past couple of possessions. Not a ton of scoring, but up and down. McGarity right wing. Hokies lead this one 52-39. Passes Kendall Brooks right corner. Right-handed dribble to the wing. Now lobs across the court. Left wing Alexis Jean. A whistle and a traveling violation called against Jean. Virginia Tech, by the way, in the first half had just 2 turnovers. Virginia Tech is now up to 7, so 5 turnovers alone in the first 7 minutes, 30 seconds of this third quarter for Virginia Tech. George Mason 52, Virginia Tech 52, George Mason 39. George Mason works right in the green uniforms. Butler right block, faces against Berry, fires for 2. No, the follow not there, but a foul. And Butler back to the free throw line for 2 shots. Third personal foul for Reagan McGarity here in this game with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. And Alexis Jean, who was just in the game and had to be subbed out, pops off the bench and goes back in. McGarity again with 3 personal fouls, 52-39. 2:10 to go in this third quarter. Natalie Butler at the free throw line for 2 shots. The 6'5" grad student from Fairfax Station, Virginia, knocks down the first free throw. A transfer from UConn. She does have a national championship. A backup center to Brianna Stewart, the All-American back in 2015-16 when that team won the national championship. Missed the second free throw. George Mason gets the rebounds. Patriots work the perimeter. Here's Musgrave, left wing, slices down the lane, stops, hooks with the right. It is no good, tumbles off the rim, battle for the board. A whistle and a foul goes against George Mason down low. A scrum for it on the right block turns into a Patriot foul against Musgrave. 52-40. Virginia Tech leads this one by 12 points. Musgrave picks up her third personal foul on that one. Zone defense for George Mason, again looking for the traps here. Up top, it's Asia Shepard, swings Emery, darts a pass to Barry, skip pass right side, three ball for Brooks is off the front rim. No good, tapped around, Emery picks it up, cuts down the lane, right block layup is good, and the foul. Offensive rebound for Virginia Tech, and Emery finishes with a chance for one more. 54-40, Virginia Tech leads by 14 points with 1:37 to go, third quarter. Taylor Emery at the free throw line with 13 points for Virginia Tech. Single season scoring record for Virginia Tech. She set it on the three-pointer against Navy that tied the game 54 all. And of course she had the runner with 1.1 back on Friday night against Navy, basically at the buzzer to send Virginia Tech to the second round. She cans the and one to make the score 55-40. Virginia Tech by 15 again. Torpin in, a bounce pass to Dodson straight away. The guard lobs down low for Butler, hooks with the right, it tumbles off the rim, no good. Scrum for it underneath, held ball, alternating possession, goes back to Virginia Tech. Michelle Berry had it for a moment, Butler reached in. The possession arrow points to Virginia Tech, and the Hokies will get the basketball working toward the left. 55-40 is our score, 1:22 to go here in this third quarter. Inside Castle Coliseum, Andrew Allegretta courtside, glad you could join us. A win today, in addition to advancing in the WNIT, Virginia Tech would get its second consecutive 20-win season. Shepard right wing. The freshman Waite shuffles top of the key, left-handed dribble, starts to drive, backs it off on the left wing. Swings left corner for Emery, hand in her face, starts to drive, left baseline not there, cuts ACC logo, swings right side. Jean fires a three ball, front rim, no good, tapped around underneath, and Butler gets the rebounds. Natalie Butler with her 15th rebound of the game, a double-double, 18 points, 15 rebounds. Nothing new, she averages 19 points and 17 rebounds, the A-10 player of the year. 40 seconds to go, third quarter. High post for Butler, swings left side, Kaminsky. The guard pushes left corner for Dodson. Floats it back up top. Cardano Hillary fires a three and swirls it home. Hand in her face didn't matter, and it's 55-43 again. 25 seconds to go in this third quarter as George Mason has hung tough and outscored Virginia Tech 18-12 in this third quarter. A pass to the near sideline, miscommunication between Shepard and Emery, and it goes out of bounds. Emery started to cut down the left alley toward the elbow. And Asia Shepard, Taylor Emery not on the same page. Turnover for Virginia Tech. 55-43, 12 seconds to go. George Mason has a chance to make this a single-digit game going to the fourth. Up top, it's Kaminsky, hand in her face by Brooks, drives, hands off Cardano Hillary straight away with .1 on the clock. She fires and cannot score from the top of the key. It's an air ball by Cardano Hillary, and Virginia Tech will take a 12-point advantage into the final frame inside Castle Coliseum. An appearance in the Sweet, a team that finishes 24-9, finishes fourth in the A-10. How do you not make the NCAA tournament? George Mason's strength of schedule this season, about 240. George Mason gets the basketball working right to start off this fourth quarter. Opening possession for the Patriots, green uniforms. The guard, Kaminsky, bounces down low for Butler. Faces on Jean, swings up top for Dodson. Drives on McGarity, left block, floats with the left, tumbles off the rim. No good, stick back, yes, for Natalie Butler. It's a 10-point game again. Virginia Tech led by as many as 20 points. Virginia Tech goes up against a zone defense now from George Mason. The Hokies struggled against it in the third quarter. Free throw line, a lob down low by McGarity to Jean, and it goes off her fingertips out of bounds. And maybe a little bit of pressure here for Virginia Tech. 55-45 is our score. Virginia Tech leads by 10. Opening 30 seconds of this fourth quarter. The crowd starting to get behind Virginia Tech, sensing the moment. The hook shot by Butler is good, and the foul from the right block. So George Mason, all of a sudden, with all of the momentum. 9 minutes, 13 seconds to go in this game, and George Mason surging against Virginia Tech, outscoring the Hokies 22-12 in this second half. Free throw for Butler, fires away. Rattles off, no good. Rebound Alexis Jean. So the score stays 55-47. 60 seconds gone here in this quarter. Virginia Tech needs to find the rhythm against the zone. Top of the key for Rachel Camp. Bounces up top, controlled by McGarity, swings Emery left wing. Emery bounces top of the key, pushes for Camp, dishes right corner. Shepard's got the basketball now. Lobs up top for Camp, slices down the lane, passes out for Asia Shepard, knocked out of bounds. Off of Dodson, far sideline of Virginia Tech's bench. 6 seconds to go on this possession. McGarity throws it in up top for Rachel Camp. 5 seconds to shoot. Passes McGarity, right wing, Rainbows a three, knocks it down. Right wing triple for Reagan McGarity. 58-47. George Mason down the court quickly. 8 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the game. 58-47. George Mason advanced to this point after beating Stephen F. Austin back on Friday. Cardano Hillary left wing, defense by Camp, fires a three. It's short off the front rim, tapped around in the post. Alexis Jean's got it. It was deflected right to Jean by Emery. 58-47. Virginia Tech sets up the offense again against the zone. McGarity right wing lobs to a cutting Emery ACC logo. Bounces on the left block, kicks out left wing for Jean. Skip pass right side. McGarity fires again. Switch, knocks it down. Right wing three for Reagan McGarity. She comes off the bench after having 3 personal fouls and knocks down back-to-back threes to make it 61-47. Maybe the biggest stretch of the game for Virginia Tech right there. Corpinen, right wing the guard, passes for Dodson. She jumps for three, rattles through for George Mason. A big answer for the Harrisonburg native. Taylor Dodson knocks it down. Again, her father coached 2 of the daughters for Kenny Brooks at Harrisonburg, Kendall and Chloe. On the drive for Emery, lobs right side for Asia Shepard. Stops and dishes Emery right corner. A pump fake, drives against Corpinen. Nothing there, stops and lobs up top for Shepard. A pump fake, defense by Dodson. Skip pass left side, Camp has space, fires a three, clips off the rim and falls off. No good, 61-50. 11-point game, 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Second round WNIT. Corpinen launches a three. It is no good off the front rim from the left wing, and a rebound by Jean on the far sideline. 3 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Reagan McGarity plays the point. Defense by Dodson, swings right side for Shepard. Has some space on the wing. Defense by Dodson again. Skip past left sideline for Jean. Cuts down the lane. Stops, floats with the right. It's deflected from behind by Butler. Loose ball goes to Virginia Tech. Jean followed her shot and got the rebounds. Here's Camp, top of the key. Dishes right side. Asia Shepard has space. 4 to shoot. Has to launch at the buzzer, and it banks no good off the window. So Virginia Tech comes up empty on that possession, 61-50, 3 minutes and 30 seconds gone here in this fourth quarter. Top of the key, Corpinen's got it, swings for Kaminsky left wing, defense by Emery, passes left corner, cutting down the lane. It's Cardano Hillary, scoops and scores, and the gap is down to 9. Timeout taken by Nyla Millicent for George Mason. The Patriots have been really gritty here. In the second half. Alexis Jean up top, swings left side for McGarity. Zone defense again for the Patriots. Bounces high post for Emery, drives down the lane, scoops and scores. Just took Natalie Butler right to the rack on the left block and scooped it in for 2. 63-52, 11 points again the advantage. Here's Musgrave, short right corner, kicked to great right corner. Lobs up top, controlled by Dodson, and George Mason flows into the offense here. Under 6 minutes to go in the game. Dodson right wing, defense by Jean. Pump fakes on a three, looks for Butler down low. Lobs, and it's intercepted by McGarity. Key turnover, Virginia Tech gets it back. McGarity runs the point, past the center circle, hands off for Rachel Camp. Puts up 3 fingers and calls the play. Rachel Camp right wing. Tight defense, lobs high post for Taylor Emery. Pump fake, now fires for 2, rattles through for Taylor Emery. 15-foot jumper after she pump faked against Butler. She scores at 65-52. George Mason's back on offense, working right. Nyla Millicent, the 5th-year head coach for George Mason, calls the play. She's 1-1 against Virginia Tech. Here's great left corner, trapped by Asia Shepard and Alexis Jean. A whistle and a bumping foul called against Alexis Jean. In fact, Reagan McGarity's very first game as a Hokie, Virginia Tech went up to George Mason and lost. The following season, George Mason came back here and won, that being Virginia Tech. 65-52. Off the baseline, out of bounds. It's knocked out of bounds by Taylor Emery on the right block. It stays with George Mason. 5 minutes, 4 seconds to go here in this fourth quarter. 65-52. If George Mason loses, the career of Natalie Butler, which has spanned Georgetown, UConn, and George Mason, would come to a close, and George Mason throws it away. Dotson up top was looking for Cardano Hillary on the right wing. Cardano Hillary was cutting down the lane, and Dotson just threw it away near sideline. 65-52. Big couple of sequences coming up here for Virginia Tech and George Mason. Straight away for Barry, swings left wing for Reagan McGarity. Zone defense, a bounce pass for Emery. Pump fakes on a three, dishes McGarity, jumps for three. It is off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound near sideline, picked up by Barry. Lobs up top, controlled by Emery, and she is hacked on the left wing by the guard from Hampton, Virginia. It's the first foul called against George Mason here in this fourth quarter. Virginia Tech has two. 65-52, 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this second round game of the WNIT. The winner takes on either Drexel or Fordham in the Sweet 16. Rachel Camp straight away. Hip high dribble, starts to shuffle right, hands off for Brooks. Lobs up top, Barry spins left wing for McGarity. Zone defense again, 2-3 by George Mason. Rachel Camp left corner, drives past Butler, hands off Barry, layup is good. What a feed, Rachel Camp across the paint to the right block, and Barry finishes for two. 67-52, Tech is back out in front by 15. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the game. Here's Great on the right wing. The guard from Hampton lobs down low for Dotson. Faces up on Barry, right block. Spins. Lefty hook is up off the glass and in for two for Taylor Dotson. The guard who plays the four. It's a four-guard lineup for the most part for George Mason. Rachel Camp, right baseline. Skips the pass to Kendall Brooks, left corner. Taps it up top. Controlled by McGarity. She hits the deck. Loose ball, scrum for it. Butler comes up with it for George Mason. So George Mason gets it back on the turnover by Virginia Tech. Left block for Dotson, works against Barry, spins middle, goes left, scoops with the left, scores, and the foul. Foul goes against Michelle Barry to make it 67-56. The gap is back down to 11. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the game. A couple of substitutions coming up for Virginia Tech as Barry and Camp go to the bench. The forward, Alexis Jean, and the guard, Asia Shepard. Both first-year players this season for Virginia Tech check back in. Taylor Dotson at the free throw line for an and one. 60% free throw shooter this season. Harrisonburg native fires and connects. So it's a 10-point game with 3.5 to go. Couple of good offensive possessions, and Virginia Tech could be moving on. McGarity swings right side for Kendall Brooks. Waits and fires up top for Emery. Tight defense, lobs for Brooks, right wing. Dribbles and swings for Emery straight away. 15 seconds to shoot. She drives, floats with the right. It's no good. Defended by Butler down low, and Emery tumbles down. It's 5-on-4. Great in the right corner. Emery gets back on defense. Bounce pass short right corner for Dotson. Lobs down low. Deflects off of Butler. Picked up by Virginia Tech. Hokies turn it over. Emery lost it. Dotson has it. Left block. Floats for two. A hack, and Dotson goes to the free throw line. A frustration foul for Taylor Emery. Really felt like she got fouled on the drive a moment ago. Didn't get the call, comes back and hammers away at Dotson. Rachel Camp checks back in. Kendall Brooks goes to the bench. That is the fourth foul on Virginia Tech here in this fourth quarter. George Mason has one. It was Emery's first personal foul. No foul trouble there for Virginia Tech. First free throw is good for Dotson. It's a 9-point game. 3 minutes, 1 second to go in the game. George Mason, every time Virginia Tech in this second half has built the lead back up, George Mason has been there with the counter. It's been the zone that got George Mason back into this one. 2 for 2 for Dotson at the free throw line. 8-point game, 67-59. George Mason, 24-9 this season. Virginia Tech, 19-13 so far. Again, it's the zone defense extending it out past the three-point line. Rachel Camp, right wing, hands off for Shepard, weaves and passes McGarity, dishes left corner for Emery. Shuffles to the left wing, lobs high post for McGarity, defense by Butler, drives right past her, get to the cup, floats for two, it's no good. Rebound, Jean floats for two, it is no good, but a foul, and Alexis Jean to the free throw line for two shots. 2 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the game, 67-59. These officials, Dan Outlaw, Angelica Suffren, both ACC officials, and Nick Capel, have really let the girls play here today. First free throw for Jean comes up well short. Just barely grazes the front rim. She gets a pad on the side by McGarity and Camp, the two upper-class captains for Virginia Tech. Junior college transfer Alexis Jean fires and scores right on through. So 68-59, 9-point game. Virginia Tech leads, 2 minutes, 39 seconds to go. Virginia Tech knows that comebacks are possible. They had one against Napier the other day. Fade and fire is no good in the lane. Good defense by McGarity, taking it off the fingertips of Alexis Great. Virginia Tech's back on offense. McGarity straight away, top of the key, hip high dribble against the zone, swings right side for Asia Shepard. Pass up top, McGarity rotates left wing for Camp, cuts down the lane, met by Dobson, passes right side, Shepard slices down the lane, bounces Jean, brings it up and in for two. And Sean Poppy puts two hands in the air and says, see what can happen if you just execute the offense. A beautiful play for Virginia Tech. 70-59, Tech by 11 again. Butler down low, right block, battles with Jean, floats for two, it is good. Hokies wanted to travel, George Mason wanted to foul. Instead it was play on. 70-61, 1 minute, 45 seconds to go in the game. Rachel Camp drives the right baseline, gets bumped by George Mason. A foul is called. It goes against Alexis Great, the sophomore guard out of Bethel High School from Hampton, Virginia. Just the third foul on George Mason here in this fourth quarter. 70-61. Second round action of the WNIT. Winner advances to the Sweet 16. Off the baseline, out of bounds. Driving is Emery. Lob short corner right. Jean puts it on the deck. Floats for two. No good. Deflected around. Tapped out by Rachel Camp to McGarity right wing. 20 seconds to shoot. The shot clock did not reset. 1:30 to go in the game. Tech leads by 9. Tech will take the time coming off the clock for sure. Top of the key for Camp, drives, hands off Emery. Top of the key has space. Pump fakes on a three, shuffle steps. Now hands off Asia Shepard. 4 to shoot, right wing. Stops, has to fire. 2 to shoot, just hands it up, and it's no good. Did not get the rim. So a shot clock violation. Asia Shepard, tight defense there by George Mason. And a timeout will be taken by Kenny Brooks. He wants a full timeout here with 1:13 to go. A team that George Mason played and lost to this season as well. Out of the timeout taken by Kenny Brooks, Virginia Tech plays some full court pressure. Asia Shepard hip to hip with Korpinen, who skips it up top for Dobson, lobs down low, Butler lays it up and in. George Mason can definitely score quickly. George Mason goes to full court pressure and the Hokies have it deflected out of bounds by Dodson on the baseline. Rachel Camp was trying to pass it to McGarity, and a timeout has been taken by Kenny Brooks once again. Under 60 seconds to go in the game. 70-63 is our score. Virginia Tech has one timeout left. George Mason has one timeout left. The Hokies have accrued 4 personal fouls here in this fourth quarter. The next one sends George Mason to the free throw line for 2 shots. The Patriots, 3 personal fouls. By the way, it's been a good atmosphere inside Castle Coliseum today. George Mason brought its pep band down, the Green Machine. We've got a fantastic pep band up there. They've been fired up all afternoon. Good crowd inside Castle Coliseum for this game. I'm glad you could join us, however you happen to be listening, in the NRV on Mix 100.7, the TuneIn radio app, your streaming audio, or on the ACC Network Extra through the Watch ESPN app. Kenny Brooks wants to advance the ball into the half court, which he should be able to do with 58 seconds to go in this game. That allows Kenny Brooks to avoid the full court pressure. And Nyla Millicent is frustrated with it. Well, that's the rule. Under 60 seconds to go in the game, you can advance the ball into the half court. Angelica Suffren gets Kenny Brooks and Nyla Millicent together. I would be surprised if they change this call, but again, under 60 seconds at the end of a game, if you take a timeout, you can advance it into the half courts. So Angelica Suffren is talking that over right now with the head coach of George Mason, Nyla Millicent, in her 5th season, and Kenny Brooks in his 2nd. Hokies trying to hold on. Kenny Brooks is trying to get to his 2nd consecutive Sweet 16 of the WNIT as the head coach of the Hokies and collect back-to-back 20-win seasons for Tech for the first time since 2003-2004. Reagan McGarity to throw it in, far sideline, 5 seconds and ticking, throws it into Asia Shepard, a whistle and a foul. as George Mason was all over Asia Shepherd high on the right side. Cardano Hillary picks up the foul. That's the 4th on George Mason. 57 seconds to go. Reagan McGarity waits, throws to the near sideline for Rachel Camp. There's the reach-in foul, picked up by George Mason. And it's Musgrave, the guard, that picks it up. High on the left side, reaching in on Rachel Camp. She goes to the free throw line now. Free throw shooting contest for Virginia Tech. Knock down the free throws. Tech should move on. Rachel Camp so far this season, a 70% free throw shooter. Camp has not taken any free throws today. She's got 8 points, 4 for 8 from the floor. First free throw for Camp is up, and it's good, right on through. Confidence booster for her. 71-63, 55 seconds to go. Second free throw is airborne and right on through. 72-63, each team with 1 timeout left. And I believe George Mason has just taken their final timeout. And it's a full timeout taken by the Patriots. Again, 72-63. Virginia Tech with the advantage, leads by 9, 55 seconds to go. The Hokies led by as many as 20 season to George Mason. Out of the timeouts. Dotson to throw it in, far sideline. 55 seconds to go, gets it in. Top of the key for Kaminsky, hands off Cardano Hillary, fires a 3, and rattles it through. 72-66, the game stays close. Bounced in to Taylor Emery, far sideline, and a reach-in foul by Korpinen. And that'll put Emery to the free throw line. Kenny Brooks, far sideline, just crouches down. And this puts Virginia Tech's new single-season scoring leader to the free throw line, breaking the record set back in 1990 by Amy Byrne. First free throw for Emery, fires away. Right on through. A 90% free throw shooter on the season, Taylor Emery, the junior college transfer out of Tampa, Florida. 73-66. 7-point game. Second free throw. Good. Critical free throws there, 74-66. Here comes George Mason racing down the court. 45 seconds to go. Cardano Hillary, top of the key. The A-10 freshman of the year fires away again, and it's off the back rim. No good. Tapped her out of the post. Butler's got it. Power dribble. Lays it up. No good, but a foul. And Butler to the free throw line for 2 shots. George Mason so dangerous because of the 6'5" Natalie Butler. That is the 20th rebound of the game. 26 points, 20 rebounds for Natalie Butler. First free throw. Rattles out. No good. Winner of this game advances to take on either Drexel or Fordham in the Sweet 16. Second free throw. That spits out, no good, tapped around, rebound, George Mason, kick out, top of the key, Cardano Hillary knocks down another 3. 74-69, it's thrown into Emery, she gets fouled with 30 seconds to go. Back-to-back threes for Cardano Hillary, the A-10 freshman of the year, a dangerous guard. Critical shots for the Patriots freshman from Madrid, Spain. Again, Virginia Tech has to hit its free throws. Right now, George Mason looking to trade 3 for 2 or maybe 3 for 1. 74-69, the gap is 5. First free throw. No good, it comes up short. 30 seconds to go in the game. Virginia Tech holding on for dear life against the Patriots. 20 points for Emery in this game. The All-CCC second-teamer fires and scores her second free throw. 75-69, 6-point contest. Picked up by Cardano Hillary near sideline. Races to the top of the key, comes across the screen, drives down the left alley, passes middle of the paint, intercepted Alexis Jean, and a foul by George Mason. 23 seconds to go, 75-69. Alexis Jean just leaped up and took it out of the air as Cardano Hillary was trying to pass down low for Butler. And Natalie Butler with her career on the line grimaces as she walks to her spot on the lane. At the free throw line, Alexis Jean. 2 for 4 today for Alexis. On the season, a 70% free throw shooter. Eyes down the rim, puts it airborne, rattles it through. 76-69. 23 seconds to go. Second round WNIT. Second free throw. Front rim, no. Rebound, George Mason. Clock turns to 20 seconds to go. Again, it's Cardano. Hillary, top of the key, gets a screen. Races left elbow, stop, lobs down low. Knocked away from Butler. Picked up by Emery, far sideline. Another foul committed by George Mason. Emery back to the free throw line with 13 seconds to go in the game. Emery back to the free throw line. Dan Outlaw tells George Mason to break it, huddle, and get to the spots designated for them on the free throw line. 21 points for Taylor Emery. 17th game this season with 20-plus points. First free throw is good. 22 points. She's 5 for 6 from the stripe. 77-69, 13 seconds to go. Virginia Tech moments away from holding on and advancing. Second free throw is good. George Mason throws it in. 10 seconds to go. Past the center circle, Cardano Hillary. Met by McGarity. Lobs for Dotson. Fires with 5 seconds to go. Off the front rim. No good. Rebound Reagan. McGarity. Outlets near sideline. There's your buzzer. 78-69. Virginia Tech advances to the Sweet 16 of the WNIT. Kenny Brooks, in his second season with Virginia Tech, collects his second 20-win season as the head man for the Hokies. What a fantastic game.